everybody, this is Pizza. Shoot, that's not the intro. What's up, Pizza Bros? My name is Pizzalord 23, and you know this black thing in my mouth, and I got rubber bands right here. Yeah, I'm getting braces. It sucks, man. And so I heard a new video from Screw Attack, Death Bell, Venom versus Bane. And I'm gonna leave the description of the video down below in case you guys want to watch it. It just uploaded like a couple days ago. I think Venom is gonna win in this one, and I don't know. I like the Marvel universe first, and Venom. I think since Venom is like Spider-Man, and I think he has spider sense. He can dodge Bane's attacks, and Bane only broke Batman's back, and he got up again. You've seen Dark Knight movies. I hate this thing. So uncomfortable. So let's get right to the video. Just to let you know, this video will probably be in two parts. We only got a 10-minute limit length, and I have to start here when they start Venom's origin. So,
such as when two beings bond over an obsessive. The word symbiosis refers to two organisms living in beneficial harmony, such as when two beings bond over an obsessive, psychotic desire to kill Spider-Man.
Eddie Brock was an up-and-coming journalist on the brink of national success when life decided to just shit all over him.
One day, Eddie published an article incriminating a man he thought was a serial killer. However, that very same day, Spider-Man caught the real killer, publicly shaming Eddie. As a result, Eddie's company fired him, his father disowned him, and his wife left him. Also, he had cancer.
Damn, talk about a bad day. Understandably pretty upset about it, Eddie blamed Spider-Man for ruining his life. This led to his fateful meeting with a weird black gooey alien. Remember Gak from the 90s? It's just like that, except alive and evil.
This was a symbiote from the planet Clintar, an alien species with one goal: to grow stronger by fusing with a living host. I know that sounds intimidating and almost parasitic, but the Clintar people are naturally a peaceful race. However, they often inherit their host's traits and personality. This symbiote in particular had previously bonded with a violent alien bent on genocide and a costume superhero everybody knows as Deadpool.
That crazy lunatic? Oh, there's no way this symbiote is sane after that.
It wasn't. Afterward, it bonded with Spider-Man, who experienced this rage and lunacy firsthand. Horrified by this, Spider-Man eventually discarded the symbiote, unaware the alien had determined Spidey was its ideal host and became obsessed with him.
Much like bar trash Cindy that sometimes you go home with but never really want to see her again. So what do you get when you combine an angry man and a black goo monster both hatefully obsessed with the same guy? Most just call him Venom.
Did you know? Eddie came up with the name Venom because he felt he was spewing venom from the tabloids he worked at.
Seriously? I give that origin a 3 out of 10.
yeah.
Thank God the name's cool at least, and Venom's abilities are even cooler. He's insanely strong, ridiculously agile, and has a fast-paced healing factor. He can power through bullets with no problem at all. Plus, the symbiote carries some of the abilities of its previous owners, including Spidey. That means he can climb on walls and shoot webbing strong enough that Spidey himself can't break through.
Technically speaking, Venom simply reproduces the webbing effects via one of his more useful powers, shape-shifting. This symbiote can act as a liquid, allowing it to increase Venom's size for intimidation, or even mimic Eddie's everyday clothing for discretion.
Not to mention, Venom can morph into a wingsuit to glide through the air, isolate and purge toxins from its host's body, straight up turn invisible, or even just sprout spikes for simple stabbing weapons.
With these abilities seemingly limited only by his twisted imagination, Venom has tangled with many of his world's heavy hitters. He's defeated Spider-Man without having a host, resisted Ghost Rider's penance stare, and shaken off the Hulk's infamous thunderclap. That's right, he's even taken blows from the likes of the Juggernaut and the Hulk.
Even if Venom does get injured, the symbiote can rapidly heal its host. From broken bones, impalement through the chest, or even blast from an anti-tank rocket. He's also so speedy that he can catch up to bullets in mid-flight. But if he doesn't feel like it, he'll just take the shot and spit it back with deadly force.
He's strong enough to
How can
bust
you do
down
that?
metal
Never do that
doors
in
with his
movies.
fists, tear apart large military trucks, or throw cars several blocks away.
I mean, part of that's gotta be Brock. Have you seen how much that dude can lift?
Most impressively, Venom once held up a giant carnival ride similar to a Ferris wheel, even after getting struck by one of his worst weaknesses, a sound gun.
A sound gun? That's pretty lame. So, like,
a
I
lame
can
name
just
for a
beat him
gun.
if I scream really loud?
With
I
enough
can.
sound or literal firepower, yes, you could force the symbiote to expose the vulnerable host underneath.
Why is
Though I
Carnage
should note
here?
that repeated
Is it-
exposure has helped
This is
Venom
what I
build
don't
up some
understand. Is
tolerance.
Carnage one of
Also,
Venom's
while the
most enemies?
symbiote
I've
is
heard him make
highly
a Venom movie
versatile,
in the
Venom
future.
is not exactly
And
a
they're using
strategist.
Carnage as his
Unsurprising
enemy.
given his apparent
Is he an
insanity.
enemy
I
or a
like being
friend?
bad. It makes me happy.
The symbiote also requires a
Yeah,
diet
oh
containing the
gosh.
chemical phenethylamine.
Venom, what?
What?
You, like, buy that at the store, or...
No, it's found in certain fungi, chocolate, and brain
You
matter,
can't find it in
which the
stores,
symbiote
because
greatly
chocolate-
hungers for.
Oh, great! Now it eats brains! God, this guy is literally a living nightmare.
Eddie, is that you?
There's no more Eddie and no more symbiote. Only Venom.
There's supervillains at all time.
In his
Besides Darth
personal
Vader.
mission to drive crime from Gotham City, Batman has faced dozens of foes, each more vile and cunning than the last. But none challenged his sheer willpower more than the monstrous man called Bane.
But Joker
Bane's
is Batman's
life was
greatest
screwed
enemy.
from the start. He was born into prison and made to carry out his dead dad's life sentence.
Sure, sorry, guys.
Talk about
Sorry,
carrying
sorry,
the
sorry,
sins
sorry,
of
I
your
got you.
father. I mean, who puts a baby in jail? Couldn't it just, like, crawl through the bars? Did they make a baby jail? So many questions.
The child spent his dawning years in captivity, forced to fend for himself against a cruel and unforgiving world. Then one day, a fateful accident caused something to snap inside him.
I'm guessing his neck.
No, well,
Yeah.
it should have. Instead, the boy slipped
I
into
never
a
knew
coma
about
where
this.
he saw a vision of his future self. A man standing above all other men.
Future self told him he would be second to none, so long as he could conquer the power of fear, which is apparently shaped like a bat. Ah, would you look at that? What are the odds?
Bat?
When the child awoke, he began his journey to conquer that fear through the power of bloody murder.
Hell yeah! That's also when the prison warden called him a bane to everything holy.
And that's why he's named Bane.
Headphones
Ugh, 2 out of 10.
suck.
Anyway, it wasn't long before Bane caught wind of a certain bat ruling Gotham City by fear. But he got to work trying to become the ridiculously jacked guy he saw in
put
his
some
dream,
pants on,
so he
man.
could take down Batman once and for all.
As he grew up, Bane entered an intense daily workout regimen, not just of his body, but his mind as well. He educated himself in 10 languages, escapology, combat tactics, and several martial arts, including a few he created himself.
Bane pretty much became a legend across the prison. So to remind everybody who's in charge,
I'm
the
tired.
warden decided to make an example of him.
See, this place wasn't just a prison. The army of Santa Prisca was conducting tests on
course.
human subjects with an experimental formula called Venom.
Because super soldier formulas are all the rage.
The procedure had killed every previous test subject, but Bane proved hardier than expected.
And after he had a taste, Bane wanted Venom for himself. So he faked his own death, punched a few sharks to death, and liberated the whole
He just
prison
ripped out the sharks'
single-handed.
intestines.
The inmates joined his cause, and he
Ugh.
took his new super soldier serum to Gotham City.
Using a special apparatus on his wrist, Bane can administer a dosage of Venom directly into his brain at will. Doing so dramatically increases his muscle mass, turning him into one of Gotham City's most ferocious physical threats. He's destroyed the Batmobile with his bare hands, jumped off skyscrapers without injury, and lifted loaded armored trucks which weigh tens of thousands
Sorry,
of
guys.
pounds. And then there's the feat he's most famous for, breaking the back of Batman. But Bane didn't just break bone, he literally put poor Batman into a coma.
Well, years later, Batman
Ow.
did get his revenge. After swapping powers with Superman, he paid Bane a
What?
visit and broke his everything.
And somehow this didn't kill him.
He's
That's
one
how
tough
you
son of
beat
a
him?
bitch,
What the-
and if he needs
They
it,
didn't show
Bane
that
can
in
crank up
movies.
his flow of venom for more strength and faster healing. But when he
I
first
never
tried
played
this,
Arkham
it
Origins,
came
but
at
I
a
played the
cost.
other Arkham
Turns
games.
out, an overdose of Venom can temporarily deteriorate one's mind, turning Bane into a mindless, muscle-bound beast.
And it's also surprisingly addictive. So eventually, Bane swore off the stuff for some time.
But this only let Bane prove that he is just as dangerous even without the performance-enhancing drug. He's been pelted by dozens of bricks at once and taken countless stabbings and bullets without even reacting. He once cauterized his own wound with a blowtorch and even got thrown hundreds of yards by a Lasta-Woman and got right back up ready to fight.
Still off the juice, Bane is strong enough to tear down a stone prison wall, casually rip off an armored
I'm
guy's
coming to
limbs,
the
and take
time.
out dozens of members of the League of Assassins, solo. But if he really needs to, he can always fall off the wagon and get back on the Venom.
Bane's absurd power is matched only by his intelligent mind. He possesses a photographic memory, rivals Ra's al Ghul in chess, and deduced the identity of Batman in
Chess.
1 year when nobody else could figure it out.
Yeah, Bane's pretty ridiculous, but it's no secret that he's at his best when he's got that.
So sorry, guys. I have a limit on this, so I
And
think
he
the last
then
video.
soon got addicted to that stuff all over again.
Still, Bane has proven over and over again that with or without Venom, anyone who crosses him will beg for mercy and receive none.
When we fought before, I broke the bat. Today, I break the man.
Hey, I can't Sounds more like a Joker.
You're mine!
Really, Bane, you're better now. Why don't you
Yummy!
wait to shoot like that?
Oh, your blood's spicy! Delicious! Big Daddy can punch!
So, you fall back on cheap magic tricks, trying
magic
to
tricks.
disappear. Yet you don't know how to be truly
understand anything?
invisible. Now, I give you permission to die.
He doesn't like that. He doesn't want to die. He can't. He doesn't like to die. I think you're so cool. It's a strong
You're
Bane.
just like all the others. Broken.
Oh!
Unbreakable!
Oh, because
What's happening?
it's like a very good battle. Like, he's like one guy, like, thinks he's gonna take a good thing and win, but now kind of rest.
What we came for! Up goes the weasel!
KO! The weed. Oh no, Batman!
Ew,
Batman!
that can't taste good.
Both fighters
Ugh.
were intense physical threats, but only one wielded the superior Venom.
Venom had
I
many
need
advantages
the
over
Venom to
Bane.
win. Let me
Speed,
know when
durability,
Tom Cruise starts
versatility,
doing
and even strength.
Bane's peak strength was at most just enough to lift a 27-ton car. Meanwhile, Venom was strong enough to stop a falling carnival ride and hold it up by himself, even while in a weakened state. Comparing it to similar carnival rides, my very conservative estimate would place this thing weighing around 200 tons.
Way more impressive than anything Bane ever lifted.
Of course, Bane was smarter. However, even if he had deduced Venom's key weaknesses to fire and sound, he wasn't really equipped to take advantage of them.
As for speed, Venom could catch bullets. Even better, he could catch up to bullets in midair. He had to move over 1,500 miles per hour to do that.
Ironically enough, almost twice the speed of sound.
Surprisingly, their durability
Yeah,
levels
because
were
he can
pretty
stand
even.
up against
Both
the
have taken
wall.
hits
You
from
can say that.
Superman-level beings
But Bane
and
got
lived to
butt
fight
kicked
another
by
day.
Super Batman.
The big
I had
difference
no
being
idea
Venom's
that
healing
happened.
factor was far superior. He could fight on par with Juggernaut, who can make 4.8 magnitude earthquakes with his bare hands.
But it's not like Batman ever needed super strength to knock Bane out cold.
In time, Venom's superior
she
strength,
did. I
speed,
forgot about
durability, and versatility simply oververwhelmed Bane.
Like, what, do you
Looks
put
like
this-
Venom
you
was
put
the
this
real
on his
Bane
body
of this
main
fight.
textbook.
The winner is Venom.
Oh.
Hey, stick around to find out who's coming up next on Death Battle. And if you want to see behind-the-scenes commentary on the episode, then click that box and start a 30-day free first.
I already know what it is. It's gonna be the Power Rangers. So let me think who you thought actually gonna win during all that. Since it made Bane look so good, people thought he was gonna win. I knew Bane was gonna win because he can turn invisible, has regeneration, catch bullets from the air, and all that stuff. And he has the powers of Spider-Man as well. So I hope this could be the last video during spring break. So let me know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe. As always, I will see all you in the next video. Bye bye.